In this demo, I will demonstrate the process of recording a purchase order. From the Purchasing module, we enter the purchase orders form. First, choose the vendor in question. The date, order number, and vendor name appear automatically. The contact column is filled in with the vendor's key personnel for orders if one was defined. In any case, you can revise it. In the Price tab, the vendor's currency is filled in automatically, though it can be revised for a specific order. In the Overall Discount column, we can specify the discount granted us for this order. In the Payment Info tab, we can change the payment terms that appear automatically according to the vendor's default definitions. In the References tab, we can define the warehouse in which the ordered goods will be received. This value determines the shipping address that appears in the shipping address sublevel form, where it may be revised and is copied from there to the purchase order printout. In the Type of Order column, we can assign the order to the appropriate classification for the sake of future analysis and reports. By pressing F6 twice, we can add new order types and define set text for each one. Purchase orders can be based on vendor price quotes as well as sales orders. Pressing F6 from the Price Quote column displays a choose list of all valid and authorized price quotes from the current vendor. Pressing F6 from the Sales Order column opens the Sales Orders form. Here we can retrieve the desired order and then press F8 to import the order number into the Purchase Orders form. To base the purchase order on several sales orders, we can use the Sales Orders for Order sublevel form. In the Purchase Orders Remarks sublevel form, you can record text that will appear on the bottom of the printed order that you send to the vendor. In the Attachment sublevel form, you can attach various documents connected to the purchase order. To view the itemized order, let's move to the Order Items sublevel form. This form is filled in automatically with the open lines in the document we linked to the purchase order previously, a vendor quote or a sales order. Let's assume that the current purchase order is not based on previous documents and fill in the order items manually in this form. Pressing F6 from the Part Number column displays a list of all parts in the part catalog. If parts were specifically assigned to this vendor in the Vendor Parts sublevel of the Vendors form, that list is displayed. In such a case, you can view the entire list of parts by pressing Ctrl F6. For every ordered part, you should record a number, quantity, due date, and unit price. You can also select a part by its vendor or manufacturer part number, if one is defined. The unit price appears automatically according to the system's predefined price hierarchy, which can be viewed in the column Help by pressing F1. You can revise the price manually if necessary. In the Price Source column, we can see where the price was taken from. In this case, we see that the price of $32.85 was defined for Part 120 in the vendor price list. Before completing the order, we can find useful information in the various sublevels of the Order Items form. Part Availability, to check the anticipated inventory balances of all parts, including future transactions, and latest part purchases from vendor, to view the prices and quantities of previous orders from the same vendor. Now let's return to the main form and change the status of the order to one that allows us to link the order to a goods receiving voucher. We'll choose the predefined authorized status. Additional definitions for purchase order statuses can be viewed by running the BPM flowchart. By right-clicking a status, we can display its properties, revise them, or leave the default settings. For example, we can determine whether a purchase order with a particular status can be revised, linked to a GRV, and so on. After authorizing the order, we can print it by direct activation after selecting the desired print format. When the ordered goods are received into the system via a GRV or vendor invoice, the supply balance of the line items in question is updated. Items that have been fully supplied are flagged as closed. And when all of the items have been fully supplied, the closed column in the upper level form is flagged automatically. Various reports concerning purchase orders can be run from the Purchase Order Reports menu. For example, Open Purchase Orders, which displays the details of open purchase orders including the quantity supplied and the remaining balance during a designated period. Or the Supply Delays Report, which displays the open order lines whose due date has passed and the number of days the goods have been delayed. For additional information regarding purchase orders, run the Purchase Order Wizard.